What were the few of the top reasons for voting for Trump in 2024?
So, top reasons were one, I believe he's a good businessman. I believe he knows how to do business to make things profitable. Um, he's also gone broke, throughout his career and his lifetime. If you've ever read anything of his early books or anything before he got into politics. So there's a survivor of resilience. Don't always love everything he says, but don't always love everything I say. So, and I like his stance on Israel. Uh, and with world leaders, I think he has a certain respect, or maybe it's fear, because I'm not quite sure what he's going to do sometimes. Uh, and then whether I always agree with them or not, I feel like he shoots straight. It doesn't mean, so I don't like whenever I feel like somebody's not being straightforward with me or honest in a way. And with him, even though I may not agree with everything he says, I feel like he's telling me, because I don't need a bunch of fluff. I don't need fluff. I just want to know
Direct.
what it
Yeah.
is. Yeah, I just want to know what it is. It's like, hey, you're going to have to surmount this battle, but at least I know what the battle is, right? If I don't need it covered up, I'm not stupid. I'm not an idiot. I don't want to be talked to like an idiot. Um, I don't want to be assumed that, I'm going to fall for just absolutely ludicrous information, um, or treated with that respect. And I feel like he shoots straight. Whereas a lot of times I think the media, and I don't want to lump people in categories like, oh, they're Democrat, they're that. I have friends that are Democrats. I have friends all over the world, right? So I don't want to lump anybody, but I like transparency, honesty. We can be friends and disagree, because if we're friends, I have respect for you, and we may
Hmm.
influence each other. We may
Right.
not, but we may, just because there's that mutual respect, you know.
Sure.
So those are the reasons that I kind of voted for him. He's not perfect, but I'm not perfect either, and I do have a level of trust there for him with him.
Have you voted for Trump in the past?
Yes, I voted for him all times,
Three
uh,
times. Gotcha.
3 times, all three
2016,
times.
2020. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, were his felony convictions or past like anti-democratic behavior like January 6th a concern to you at all?
they weren't, and I'll tell you why. I done. I was a political science major, and I love history. Right, I love world history. I love. Um, I don't want to say I love politics. That'd be weird. um, but just understanding what creates a leader, what um, different things, and I think leaders can be targeted. Um, I think that you can go after people, and I think there's a lot of people that could be gone after in the upper echelons of politics. Based on some things I've read on the Clintons, just different things, right? Okay.
Slick Willie, yeah, I think Slick Willie probably started this because he was so awful, and Rush Limbaugh and Fox News just, were rightfully
you
so
know,
because there's a lot of shenanigans going on with Bill Clinton for sure.
well, and if you read if you ever read the book by Terry Reid, um, it starts with C, and I never can think of the name of it, but it talks about some of the underlying things that were going on. Like, I think there's a lot we as people just don't know, right? And it wasn't pretty stuff. It was awful stuff.
Well,
Um,
there's a lot of conspiracy stuff on the Clintons too that's not true, but that doesn't, that's a whole different thing. But the one
yeah,
thing that
but
is true is that he had sex with an intern in the Oval Office. Total disqualifier. Okay. Total
yeah,
disqualifier.
exactly,
All right.
exactly.
So
So I
I
don't
don't want to relitigate Bill Clinton, but I just want to let you
know.
know it's like, yeah, that's a total disqualifier.
Yeah,
In
so I have to look at like,
in stop.
yeah, and stuff. I have to look at like, okay, and what do I believe? Like, I will listen to a debate and I will make notes, and then I will actually research for myself, not what the media says. as much as I can and take it as far as I can, and then develop what I think about a certain policy or a certain, I mean, one of the things I think, some of these bills, they shouldn't be 500 pages long. Like, when do we get to say, like, you can't put 500 pages for, we're going to put a street sign there? Some of the some of it's just ludicrous of what's happening. But I do a lot of research, and that's how I come to my opinion. Um, is it always going to be, I'm going to know everything? No, but I'm going to take my best hypothesis and do it with as much research as I can. And that's also talking to friends that may have different beliefs, and if they say something, not go combative with them, but go research it. Is that true? Or where'd that come from? And it may be that a certain angle of it somebody took and ran with. But just to try and get to the truth of things, which isn't an easy thing to do, but it's possible, and make the best educated guess. It may be a completely different situation, but I'll make the best educated guess I can when voting. And
Do
when
you?
voting and just in life.
Yeah. Do you think Trump supporters are misunderstood at all?
I don't really care if I am or not.
Okay.
And the reason for that is, um, I I don't I if I'm misunderstood, it doesn't matter to me. Do I think that as a whole misunderstood? Probably. We're not haters. I mean, I don't know. There's haters within any demographic, right? Let's say 5%. I mean,
Yeah.
I once read a statistic that said in your lifetime, 5 to 6% of people are going to hate you no matter what, right? No matter what. It doesn't matter what you do. They're just not going to like you. So I'll leave that 5 to 6% and not concern myself with my everyday, because I got things and goals and things to accomplish within that. So I kind of do the same. If I'm misunderstood for it and somebody seriously wants to have a conversation about it, who knows? I may find out I'm not accurate. I don't have to be right, but we don't have to fight over things that really don't affect our day. In the grand
Yeah.
scheme of things, it isn't going to affect my day. But I think, just being reasonable and keeping cool heads and just having that respect level for one another, that we each come to our opinions based upon our walk in life. And it doesn't make me right and you wrong, or you right and me wrong. There's going to be overlays where we're both going to come in agreement, and there might be things that we don't.
What were some of the things that you liked or didn't like about Kamala Harris, the other candidate?
I didn't trust her. I didn't like her body language. I didn't like her inability to hold eye contact. I didn't agree with her policies, but I also didn't feel that I was getting a real read on what she thought about anything.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like she was saying what she needed to say to win a popularity contest or whatever. But I wasn't sure that passion was there for the country. Now, there's different people that, like, you hear that passion and they're in love with the country. I didn't get that from her. I didn't get that at all. It was almost like, whoa, how'd I end up here? Kind of like, I wasn't convinced she even wanted it.
Is it fair to say that she was too much of a politician? That's what I hear you saying, is that because she didn't make you believe in anything, and that you didn't see it in her either. So a lot of politicians kind of come off that way.
Yeah, I didn't get depth. I did not get there was any depth of, and I'm not going to say intellect because that would be a judgment that's not fair to judge. But there was no depth. There was no passion behind. And it was inconsistent. It was incongruent. Some of the things that she said, and I like things to be kind of logical and to make sense. And the excerpts and the things that I saw, it wasn't there. And I wanted to see it, but I just didn't see it. So, and not everybody's made for that job to be president. They're just not. I wouldn't want to do it. Holy moly.
Me either. Well, you answered all my questions, and I just want to say thank you for participating. I really, truly am interested in what motivates voters, so I thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks.
Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.